And I mean took it to them. We talked to Josh Weemy about that on our Tom Heffernan Ford of Lake City keys to the game. Yep, Tom Heffernan Ford Lake City, where the vehicles are like eggs. They're cheaper in the country. Our broadcast of this state championship game between Goodhue and Mountain Iron-Buhl brought to you by Roy and Al's Auto Center in Goodhue. Pine Island Lumber, they want to be Goodhue's Lumber Yard. Rover Auto in Zumbrota, the IBEW Local Union 110. By Jonas Farm Seeds Goodhue, Taji Jewelry in downtown Canyon. You don't want just any diamond, you want a Taji Jewelry diamond. By Tom Heffernan Ford, Lake City. Lundberg Funeral Home in Cannon Falls. Of course, proud to serve the Goodhue area as well. The Both Insurance Agency Goodhue, the Goodhue County ADA, and yes, again, we'll have our terrific feature, our Wildcats, the game courtesy of Goodhue County ADA, reminding us to all get our free every day of dairy. By the News Record in Zumbro, shoppers saw Faye Augen with her big telephoto lens here, popping all kinds of pictures, and Lola Myers in Goodhue. Had a nice visit with some of the fans down below. They're pretty pumped, as you can imagine. A sea of purple below me. Yeah, we're on the side where Goodhue is, which I won't get as many great pictures of signs like I did yesterday because they're below me. But I did just pop a picture, put it up on Facebook and Twitter of my view from the barn. One of the neatest signs below me is a picture of Emily Benrud, who's been a superstar up here for Goodhue, the 5'6" junior. Yeah, she's been very good. Double-double yesterday. And the sign has a picture of her with a cow, and it says something to the effect, "My barn to yours." Yep, we're in the barn. We'll hear from Josh Weemy after this 90-second timeout. We get our Tom Heffernan Ford keys to the game. Tom Heffernan Ford, where the vehicles are like eggs. They're cheaper in the country. Josh Weemy is with us. We're sitting on the bench. You're in purple today.
That's right. We got the home colors. Pretty excited to wear those. We love our purple and Goodhue, so we're glad to wear that. Although the fans, it looks like it's a blackout today. But we know they're going to be excited. We got a great following as always, and we're excited to be where we're at, that's for sure.
And they just gave me a bunch of grief for not wearing purple.
Well, yeah, and you're not even close. We do got a purple pen on there. We'll give you that, I guess.
They use the purple pen. Anyway, you take on a Mountain Iron-Buhl team that back in December, frankly, throttled your Wildcats.
They did, but it feels it might as well have been 3 years ago. I mean, it feels so long ago that they certainly beat us. I take nothing away from them. They're a very, very good team, but we haven't focused on it at all as far as getting ready for this game. It did serve as a great kind of springboard for us to refocus and get rededicated or get motivated at the time. And our kids have come a long ways. We've improved a lot this year. I really think we're ready to play them now.
So what went wrong in that game that you need to correct to win today?
Well, I came away from that game even though they made 17 threes and scored 70-some points. Our problem that day was our offense and that we didn't get good possessions. We didn't convert on 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s. We didn't handle the ball well enough to get good possessions, whether you score or not, at least get a good shot. That puts you at a disadvantage or in a bad spot defensively when that happens, and it is over and over again that happened that game. And like I say, it was early in the season, and we just weren't prepared at that point. And we've come a long way since then. I believe that's going to be our number one thing, despite the great shooting that they have and the great offensive weapons they have. We need to have good offensive possessions ourselves if we want to make this a good game.
Well, you played yesterday against a team that pretty much lives off of three, and they kept jacking them, and I thought, thank you very much if you're a Goodhue fan, right?
Yeah, and then, it was our focus certainly coming into it. They do have some tremendous shooters in that team. They've made a lot of threes. But our kids really flew around the floor, I felt. They didn't lunge. They didn't jump around. They stayed on their feet, and they were just quick to get the spots. And a lot of those shots were rushed or contested, and they could have made a few more, sure, but they all came under some duress and some good defensive pressure. And then that came after being pressed up the court, full court. So they were worn out, and so I think their poor shooting was a lot to do with with our great defense.
Yeah, well, they only played 5 players the whole first half, not a single substitute.
Right, and that catches up with you. We went 8 deep, and it's just enough, I feel. And when Haley comes on the floor, she comes off the bench, and Haley's the quickest player on the floor, and the girl she's guarding doesn't get a break. So, we'll need some good depth again today. We said it yesterday. We needed all our players to show up. We'll need all of them again today.
They had over 300 threes on the season, too. Do they rely as much on the three? You mentioned the 17 last time you played them. Are they as three-conscious as Cromwell?
I don't think they're as, I don't want to call Cromwell one-dimensional, but, they're probably not as reliant. But I think the thing that stands out with Mount Iron-Buhl is a lot of great shooters, a lot of very good shooters. They're going to have more of an inside presence, a little more of a balance. It's kind of a hybrid of the first 2 games for us. They're going to have an inside presence, but the outside shooting is going to be something to be very, very wary of.
And as you know, because you have thrived off scoring off turnovers, they have strong guards that can handle the ball.
Yeah, number 5, Maya Buffetta, is very strong with the ball, and she's gonna take some work to turn her over. And they got a number of girls who are good with the ball. They've played a lot of varsity ball. They're seniors, they're upperclassmen. It'll be hard to turn them over like we did yesterday, but we rely on it. So we're going to have to find a way to get those turnovers and points from them.
All right. What an amazing tournament this has been. Great run again for your Goodhue Wildcats. Either way, this has been a terrific run.
We are very proud. I'm very proud of the way this team has grown throughout the year and handled the pressures and the expectations of being the state champion last year. The girls have handled it very well. From the early setbacks we talked about, it was never hang our head. It was a motivation to get as good as we can and to play as well as we can. And coming into this tournament, it was hard to know what to expect. A lot of very good teams, and our kids are just playing very well, and they're determined. They just love to play ball together, and I hope they can play well again today.
How many seniors on this team?
6 seniors, and 4 of which have played a lot of basketball at the varsity level for me and for us. And very special kids, very good players, and just great leaders in our school. And they're going to leave a big hole when they graduate. They're very special.
And before I let you go, Josh, how about the following you've had here from Goodhue? Man, oh man, nobody's turned out the lights, I don't think.
Yeah, and year after year, we get such great support. And you and I were talking earlier about parents and the dedication that parents have to make for their kids to do a lot of these things. And now we're seeing this all corners of the town showing up here as we get to the championship game. It's really special, and it's year after year. They'll turn out in every sport. It's a great supportive community. We're very fortunate to have them, and we want to play well for them now.
In the conference, I know Brent Lurkin's coming up here to watch this game, so he's the coach over at Kenyon Otamingo. I'm sure some of the other coaches from the HVL will be here too.
Got a lot of well wishes from Section 1 and HVL coaches. They're pulling for us. They're supporting their fellow conference team, and like I say, we want to represent our conference and then section as well as we can, and it's time to play now.
Well, let's hope we get a repeat championship for the Goodhue Wildcats. Welcome home is
5 o'clock at the Goodhue School, Gym 2.
Today.
Yep.
Gym 2, 5 o'clock. Thanks to Josh for joining us. That concludes our Tom Heffernan Ford of Lake City Keys for the Wildcats in the state title game. Farmers, Tom Heffernan has some tough pickups ready for those spring jobs soon to sprout up around the farm. Check them out at Tom Heffernan Ford, Lake City, where the vehicles are like eggs. They're cheaper in the country. Well, they're lined up, getting ready to introduce the starters here at the barn. Very good crowd on hand here in the lower bowl level. Like I said before, I don't know if anybody's left in Goodhue, to be quite honest. Man, this whole lower bowl right below me here is filled to capacity. And the other side, same's true for Mountain Iron-Buhl, and they had a lot longer haul than Goodhue did to get down here to the Twin Cities and watch this state championship game between the Goodhue Wildcats in their purple uniforms with white trim. It says Wildcats across the front of their uniforms, and the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers, who are in white with red and yellow here today. Goodhue, I don't know if you call them the home team. I mean, both, it's a neutral floor and everything, but they get to wear the purple colors. So, we are ready. I don't know if they're ready yet, but we're ready. as they actually put the public address announcer up on the screen here. Usually I like to be the voice. You don't want to be the face. So they're getting ready to introduce the starters. We'll introduce the starters right after this 90-second timeout. They're ready to get going. As Goodhue and Mountain Iron-Buhl take to the hardwood here at the barn, the raised floor. For the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers, Chelsea Mason, a 5'8 senior, 5'11 junior, Mary Burke, Maya Buffetta, who you heard the coach say is a very good point guard, 5'3 senior, 5'6 sophomore, Macy Savella, and Allie, I think it's Negan, a 5'10 sophomore, starts for Mountain Iron-Buhl. They don't put pronunciation guides in the media guide, which would only make sense, but they don't do that. Been suggesting it for years. Anyway, the Goodhue Wildcats will start Megan Ryan, a 5'6 senior, Mackenzie Ryan, a 5'5 senior, Sydney Lodemeyer, a 6' junior, 5'6 junior, Emily Benrud, and Maddie Miller, a 5'8 senior. Boy, they've had quite a run here at the state tournament. They're taking on a team that beat them. I'm going to get the score right. They beat them 78-34 back in December. They had 17 threes in that game. If you're wondering, in the semis yesterday, Mountain Iron-Buhl had 7 threes. That's quite a difference. So, they shot about 30% from three-point range in that game. On the season, they're shooting 39%. They have over 300 threes coming into the tournament. Average 79 points per game, 43 for Mountain Iron-Buhl. And they're getting ready to have the national anthem. We'll be back with the opening tip-off of today's game right after this 90-second timeout. Now, the young lady just sang our national anthem and did an outstanding job. Really knocked it out of the park. No accompaniment whatsoever. Boy, I'll never do that. I mean, never. And you wouldn't want me to. So Goodhue going to break their huddle. Mountain Iron-Buhl likewise. As we get ready here in the historic barn. Some of the best players to ever don a Gopher uniform. Their pictures hanging in the rafters. The ladies to my left and the men to my right. This is the ladies' tournament. We'll be here next week for the boys' tournament. We'll be here for Goodhue next week. They got seeded number 2 in the Class A tournament. A little bit of a shock. Seeded number 2. I thought they'd be a top, 4 or 5 seed. I didn't think they'd be 2. Minneapolis North is seeded in the number 1. Lodemeyer steps into jump center. And the Big M logo at center court. The official steps in, and we are off with a state championship game in Class A. Mountain Iron-Buhl controls tap. As they bounce it to the high post. Working inside the lane. And we got a travel right off the gate for Mountain Iron-Buhl. They looked nervous, frankly, when I watched the introductions. And I saw them. They looked rather tight coming off the bench. Mountain Iron-Buhl is going to put a press on the pressing Goodhue Wildcats, and they easily break it. Mackenzie Ryan brings it to the top of the key, standing right about where it says Williams Arena. Now they get on the left wing to Sydney Lodemeyer. Maddie Miller is going to go in that left corner to her left. She'll dribble to the top of the key, look to penetrate, passes it to Megan Ryan. Top of the key now to Maddie Miller. Miller watches Mackenzie, and Megan go baseline. Lodemeyer just lost the defender, but then she really wasn't under control in her 5-foot shot. She could have got closer if she wanted to. On a behind-the-back dribble, she lost the defender, missed the shot. So nerves, too, for Goodhue, I'm sure. Pass comes on the left wing, looking to dribble penetrate, is Macy Savella. Savella wears number 3 in her uniform, passes it right at the M logo, dribbling to her right side of the lane. Here's a 3, and it's short. Rebound's going to be taken down. Miller saves it inbounds to Megan Ryan. Great save by Maddie Miller. Megan Ryan across the maroon timeline, left to right on your radio dial. Passes it to Sydney Lodemeyer at the free throw line. Maddie Miller's going to shoot a 3, and it's bottom of the net. Maddie Miller hits the tray. It is her 30th of the season. She has just blossomed at the state tournament these last couple seasons. As Mountain Iron-Buhl shot from 15's no good. Rebound taken down by Sydney Lodemeyer. Hands it off to Mackenzie Ryan. She's been money from three-point range the last few weeks. Tosses it to Sydney Lodemeyer, top of the key. Swings it left side to Megan Ryan. Lodemeyer goes in the lane. Now she'll pop out of it. Of course, can't stand in there for 3 seconds. Benrud passes it on the left side. You know that the team has seen what Benrud can do up here, so they're going to pay more attention to her. That should open things up for Miller and Lodemeyer. Benrud gets the ball. They're going to call an offensive foul on Benrud. Wow, I did not think that was an offensive foul. She got the ball. She's turned to go to the basket. They call a foul on her. Defender fell down. That's a hard call to make. So Goodhue is going to slap on their pressure here. And Benrud is out at the top of it here. Maddie Miller likewise. Those long arms they both have. In the lane. Here's a turnover by Mountain Iron-Buhl. Mackenzie Ryan across the timeline. Stops. Gets it on the left side to Miller. Miller looks to dribble, penetrate baseline. She's going to bounce it, and they're going to call a foul on Mountain Iron-Buhl. Might have been one of those hip checks that did not get called in the Kenya Wanamingo Rochester Lute game in their section final. This is against Chelsea Mason. Mason, a very good player. My, oh my, she averages 20 points. She averages about 6 rebounds. A great assist player. Pass goes in the corner. Now Mackenzie Ryan dribbles to the baseline. Dribbles back to the wing. She'll pass it to Maddie Miller. Miller dribbles inside the paint. Defender falls down, and she misses a slice off glass. There's a steal by Benrud back to Miller. Not a great pass. Miller might have been fouled. No call. Hit the bottom of the backboard with a shot. So Mountain Iron-Buhl already has a few turnovers in this game. And it's 3-0 Goodhue just a few minutes into it. Is backing up with the basketball. Now Mason. They'll get it on the right wing. A couple of left-handed dribbles there by Macy Sabella. Gets it at the free throw line. Slicing to the basket. Layup's no good. Lodemeyer made her alter a shot. Might have even got a piece of it. As Lodemeyer brings it across the timeline. Gets it right side. Mackenzie Ryan, 3. No good. Rebound back up. Benrud, and it's good. Emily Benrud had a double-double yesterday. I love her sign. Or her family sign. They got a picture of her with a cow saying, "From my barn to yours." Long 3. I mean, that was a 40-footer missed by Mountain Iron-Buhl's Maya Buffetta. And that's what Goodhue does. They make you uncomfortable. They make you rush shots. And that's exactly what's happening here. It's 5-0 Goodhue. As Miller has the ball way out front. A couple of people run through the lane. Miller dribbles down the lane. Gets tied up. And they're going to call a travel, I think. She didn't even have possession of the ball. She dropped it. I don't know how you can be travel when you don't have possession of the ball, but it's a travel by the officials' account. She was tied up, dropped the ball, and then they called a travel, which, again, I still don't understand. 14-15 to go first half. Goodhue 5. Mountain Iron-Buhl nothing, so a great start to the game for Goodhue. We'll be back in 1 minute. Yeah, I can hardly wait till our Grover Auto halftime report. Hopefully Goodhue will have a healthy lead at that point. They're up 5-0, 14-15 to go in the first half. Out of this media timeout, full court pressure put on by Goodhue. It's got to be hard, really, to maintain momentum in the game when you have all these timeouts. Pass goes on the left wing. They bounce in the corner for 3, and it's good. A left corner 3 by Macy Sabella. She's a sophomore. She came into the tournament with a number of 3s on the season. And we got a foul here called on Buffetta. Her first. Maya Buffetta. 13:54 to go in the game. Trying to get to the right team here. I was going to tell you how many 3s Macy had. Now they don't have that information on their stats. Thank you very much, Mountain Iron-Buhl. Emily Benrud gets it to the top of the key. Megan Ryan swings over to Haley Lexville. The ball was kicked and it wasn't called. I mean, really? Goodhue maintains possession. Going down the lane, and a foul's going to be called on Mountain Iron-Buhl, and I frankly didn't see that one either. As she was dribbling down the lane, I guess they called her for reaching in to try and steal the ball. They're going to call the foul, I think, on Mason, and that would be her second. Yep, they did. It's her second. Sydney Lodemeyer at the free throw line. She swishes the first one. Conclusion of our game, we'll have our Goodhue County ADA Wildcat or Wildcats of the game Courtesy of the Goodhue County ADA, reminding all of us to get our 3 every day of dairy. I certainly do that. I mean, I'm the son of a milkman. I better have my dairy. Lodemeyer hits both of her free throws. Came into this game 112 out of 146 on the season. It's a 7-3 Goodhue lead. Mountain Iron-Buhl. In Goodhue getting after it defensively. Dribbling quite a bit now. Mountain Iron-Buhl, he got away with it. Typically that doesn't work against Goodhue. I got away with a push-off. As Lexvold wreaking havoc, gets the steal. She's so good at that. And I think they just called a foul on Mountain Iron-Buhl after the steal. And then with 3 turnovers here. Going to be Savala. Thought it was Savella, but it's Savala. Of course, they don't put pronunciation guides in the program like they should. That would be too much work, I guess. Lodemeyer's going to inbound the ball. I mean, you don't even have to do the work. The coach does. Say this is one of the requirements when you send stats or whatever. Of course, not everybody sends stats. Mountain Iron-Buhl didn't send their individual stats. Miller bounces it through to Benrud. Here's a Megan Ryan 3, and it's no good. Rebound taken down by Mountain Iron-Buhl. As in the game now is Patty Overby. Played in 11 games this season, it says here. This is her 12th. Bounce pass in the corner. Here's another 3. It's no good. Goes over the backboard. It'll be Goodhue's ball. So here in the early going, they're looking a little bit like Cromwell Wright yesterday. With a lot of those 3-point shots, and they're not going down. Meanwhile, Goodhue needs to extend this lead. They're up 7-3 here with 12:36 to go in the first half. They want to attack the rack. They're kind of shooting a few threes, too, as Mackenzie Ryan brings it up. Not that that's not part of their game. But attack the basket, then the threes will open up. Benrud goes to the basket. Layup good. Man, is she just growing up right before our very eyes. 4 points for Benrud. It's a 9-3 Goodhue lead. She'll be back next year. She's a junior. So will Lodemeyer, Sydney. Lexi Lodemeyer, the 6'3 sophomore, will be back next year. Pass in the corner. Here's another 3. It's off the mark. A brick. Rebound taken out by Lexvold. Gets it over to Sydney Lodemeyer. Goodhue again saying thank you very much for all the 3-point shots. Right side they go to Maddie Miller. Miller fakes the pass. Goes inside the lane. Stops. Pops. Scores. Right about the Big Ten logo just below the free throw line. Maddie Miller scores. And they're not even going to wait for immediate timeout. Mountain Iron-Buhl takes a timeout with 11:47 to go until our Grover Auto halftime report. Goodhue 11, Mountain Iron-Buhl 3 on the Maddie Miller jumper at the Big Ten logo in the lane. Back in 30 seconds. On the big screen above us here at Williams Arena, they just flashed a sign from the Goodhue fans below me. I can't get a picture today because they're not across from me. They're below me. But on this big board, my cousin's number 11, Maddie Miller. Pass goes in the corner. Here's a 3 from nearly out of bounds, and it's good. Wow. That was from nearly out of bounds that Chelsea Mason drained that one. That's the second field goal. Both are 3s by Mountain Iron-Buhl, and that quickly it's 11-6. Maddie Miller with an answer 3. Maddie Miller's just letting it fly today. She's got 8 points. Her final game as a Goodhue Wildcat. She had 23 in the opener, 21 in the next game. She's 27 away from 1,000 points. A couple of left-handed dribbles. That's what I was told earlier today anyway. I don't know if that number is totally accurate. They're looking to dribble penetrate is Mountain Iron-Buhl. Pass goes across for another 3. It's no good. Rebound taken down by the Rangers. Here's another 3. It's an air ball. Rebound taken down by Lodemeyer. Gets it over to Maddie Miller. Maddie Miller brings it across the timeline. Looks to dribble penetrate. Goes down the lane. Layup is no good. The double dribble is called on Maddie Miller. Second turnover by Goodhue here in the first half. And here's one of those media timeouts, which is why typically you don't see coaches use up their timeouts. Mountain Iron-Buhl wanted to get things settled down, I guess. Didn't want to wait for the media timeout, but here it is. 10:36 to go. Goodhue 14. Mountain Iron-Buhl 6. Back in 1 minute. Cordy Kosfeld here at Williams Arena. It's the state championship in Class A. Of course, all the state championships are today. Goodhue has been playing very, very well here to start this game. They have a 14-6 lead as Mountain Iron-Buhl will inbound the ball. And they will bring it up against some pressure by Goodhue. They got Haley Lexvold out at the top. She doesn't score a ton, but she gets a lot of turnovers, and Goodhue feeds off those. They're looking to trap the left wing. Maddie Miller, with her size, is deceptively quick. She gets a lot of turnovers, too. As we're at the M logo at center court. Now force them to slow down. A long three again. It comes up short. My, they're a couple feet behind the college line. It's coming flying up is Maddie Miller. Miller will stop at the top of the key again behind the college line. Hands it off to Lexi Lodemeyer in the game, the 6'3 sophomore. There's no substitute for the quality diamond you find. Here's a 2, they say, by Sydney Lodemeyer. Looked like it might have been a 3-point shot, but it's called a 2, and it's 16-6. We got a great vantage point up here in the hayloft in the barn. 10-footers up and in. Just dribbling right to the spot was Allie Negan. She scores, and it's 16-8. Goodhue, they trapped in the corner. Just throwing it away, basically, was Mackenzie Ryan. Bounce pass in the lane. They get it on the left wing for 3, and it's gone! Their third 3. That was Goodhue's third turnover, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point game again. Bringing it up, Maddie Miller. Miller was going to go coast to coast. I think gets it in the corner to Lexvold. Passes it in. It's another turnover by Goodhue. A foul on Sydney Lodemeyer as Goodhue has suddenly become careless with the ball. Meanwhile, Coach Weemy's going to bring Emily Benrud and Megan Ryan back in the game. Haley Lexvold and Maddie Miller are going to get breathers. 16-11. Mountain Iron-Buhl is trailing Goodhue. Mountain Iron-Buhl, the number 1 rated team in the state. Goodhue is rated number 2 in the final coaches poll. Wow, a lot of contact there not called. Baseline, pass comes out front. One dribble now on the left wing. They've been locking and loading threes this entire half as Mountain Iron-Buhl. There's a pass in the corner for 3, and it's no good. Rimmed out. Rebound taken out by Mackenzie Ryan. Goodhue needs a hoop here. They're up 16-11, but they have turned it over the last couple of times they've had the ball. Lodemeyer fakes left, goes right, pass it in the corner. Mackenzie Ryan 3 is twice off iron. Rebound taken out by Mountain Iron-Buhl. I don't know if they like that shot. Pass goes on the left wing, looking to dribble, penetrate. Lodemeyer just picked up her second foul. A silly way out the side foul. That'll be her second. So she's had some foul issues in the entire state tournament. Goodhue's been able to weather it, but again, each opponent has been stronger as you go through the tournament. This is the number 1 rated team. They clocked Goodhue up in over in Hopkins. As we're going to have another substitute come in here. Back in the game is Austin Dagan for the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers. 16-11. Now it's 16-13. The shot rims in by Negan. It's a 3-point game, folks. Goodhue was up by 8 not that long ago. Benrud pass underneath. Lodemeyer can't make the catch. It's saved inbounds. It's a turnover for Goodhue. Number 5, Coach Weemy, waiting for that media timeout. He might not want to do that. Couple of left-handed dribbles. They get on the left wing. They're getting confident now. Bounce pass on the block. Turns to face the basket. They get it on the side for 3, and it's good! Mountain Iron-Buhl's Chelsea Mason hits another 3. And a timeout's going to be taken by Josh Weemy, and we've got a tie game. Mason bent over like she was in some pain after she shot that 3. She looks to be okay as she comes off. Goodhue had what looked like it was a comfortable lead. There was a foul away from the ball on the screen that did not get called that I just saw on the replay. Megan Ryan gets absolutely clocked on a screen. No call whatsoever. Coach Weemy was talking to the official. I was wondering what it was about. When I saw the replay, I know what it was about. I mean, she just got clocked. That's not the way you set a screen. But the officials let it go. And so we're tied at 16. got a brand new game. 16-16, 7:40 to go in the first half. Momentum on the side of Mountain Iron-Buhl. Goodhue uncharacteristically with 5 turnovers. More than Mountain Iron-Buhl here. As Benrud gets the inbounds pass. Back in the game is Kate Opsahl as well. Super sub. We got a foul called, and there's no question it was a foul on the defender for Mountain Iron-Buhl. Foul was called on Dagan. Maddie Miller's going to check back in. They need her offense. Haley Lexvold is going to sit down. 16 apiece. Mountain Iron-Buhl probably feels pretty comfortable. Their head coach is Jeff Buffetta. Josh Weemy, the head coach of the Goodhue Wildcats, standing up in the race for. Likewise, Coach Buffetta. As Opsahl passes it to Lexi Lodemeyer, the 6'3 sophomore. She's had a nice tournament, too. 7 rebounds in each of the first 2 games. Miller dribbles to her left. Dribbles some more. They steal the ball and then go out of bounds, and they called a foul on Miller. She called for pushing, and there's no way. She did not push her. She just happened to be standing by the sideline and wouldn't let her get the ball. Oh, my, that was a horrible call. I mean, an absolutely horrible call. Miller gets called for her first foul. That's another turnover. That just is really a bad call. As Mountain Iron-Buhl will bring it up. See if Goodhue can get some more turnovers here. They pass it down the floor. They've got all the momentum right now. They've gone on a 10-0 run. Here's a 3, or not a 10-0 run, but 8. Here's a, oh my, rebound. She fell down with the ball. There was no call there. And now Goodhue's coming back the other way. And here's a floater that's good from the free throw line by Maddie Miller. She's got 10 already, and it's 18-16 Goodhue. Here's a near steal, and a foul is going to be called, I think, on Miller. Boy, it's hard to know what's a foul and what's not a foul in this game. Oh, they called it on Megan Ryan. Okay, I didn't even see Megan Ryan there. She gets called for the foul. So we've got a timeout with 6 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the first half. It's Goodhue 18, Mountain Iron-Buhl 16. Hey, folks, there's no substitute for the quality you find at Taji Jewelry. You all know that. All of you folks that live in southern Minnesota. Larry's got the best diamonds. He's got a brand new shipment in from Antwerp. He actually let me see them. They're very, very nice. Now, I have to admit, I don't know a lot about diamonds. Larry tried to teach me something, but I guess I'm not a good pupil because I still don't know a lot about diamonds. Not that Larry's not a good teacher. He is. I just am not a good pupil. You have to have a real interest in something, I think, to learn it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're into diamonds, they're the place to go. Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. Also, he's got a new shipment of grandfather clocks in. They're beautiful. All kinds of different styles. I don't know if I'd call it a clock fetish, but I've purchased a few clocks from Larry over the years. Got one that's like a waterfall. I like all the different styles. So after the timeout, Mountain Iron-Buhl will inbound the ball. Chelsea Mason getting ready to inbound the ball. Averages about 4 rebounds. She averages about 5 assists and 22 points a game. It's another team that averages 19 assists a game according to their stats. As Nagin gets it to Burke, Mary Burke. Now in the corner, one dribble. They pass it top of the key, inside the lane, kick in the corner, another 3, and it's good! The first lead of the game for Mountain Iron-Buhl comes at the 6:18 mark on a 3 by Buffetta. That's their 5th 3. They had 7 all day yesterday. They have 5 in the first half today. Remember, they played on this floor, so they're used to it. Same with, Megan Ryan just buried a 3. Her 42nd of the season, her first in the state tournament. It's 21-19. Talk about an answer 3. That's a big shot by Megan Ryan. They didn't get to experience that lead very long. Here's a near steal. We got bodies on the deck. No foul called either way. We got a young lady from the Rangers that gets helped up by Maddie Miller. She kind of fell on her when they both went to the deck. You stand on the sideline, trying to not let a person get a ball, and you get called for a foul. you land on them, and there's no foul call. Lexi Lodemeyer is going to check out. Kate Opsahl is going to check out. Mackenzie Ryan's back in the game. And Emily Benrud. No substitute for the quality you find at Taji Jewelry. 21-19, Goodhue, 5:41 to go first half. Some of these threes have been very deep by this Mountain Iron-Buhl team. Pass goes in the corner. Nice little bounce pass. Dribbling all the way to the top of the key is Buffetta. Buffetta very strong with the ball. Coach Weemy said. Bounces it on the right wing. Sabella. They get it to Chelsea Mason. Banks in a three, and a foul's called. So, banking in the three is Mason. That's her third three in this game. Again, they don't have the number of threes per person on the team, just the team threes. So I can't tell you how many she's had on the season. They called a foul on Goodhue, and she wasn't even touched. In fact, that might not have even been a three. I don't think that was a three-point shot. You look at the replay, it sure didn't look like a three. Now they're going to go over to the side. They can look at a monitor here, I think, and they're going to send the teams to the side. Coach Weemy had his questions. They're going to show a replay here, and yep, that's a two. By a foot, that's a two. There's no way that's a three. As it banks in, I don't even think there was a foul, to be honest. They're going to look at the replay. This is going to be a two by Mason. There's no way they can call it a three. She lands inside the white line and shoots the shot. So it's pretty obviously a two-point shot. The official raised his arms for the three, but it's clearly a two-point shot. He now goes to the official scorer's table. Everybody in the barn saw it, so it's got to be a two-pointer. Yeah, it's a two-pointer. Now, you can't question the foul if you're a coach, but it looked to me like the girl was by her side and really did not influence her arm whatsoever. She wouldn't have made the shot. So it's a two, which ties the game at 21. Mason will go to the free throw line. Again, they don't have any free throw shooting stats from their team, so I can't tell you what kind of a free throw shooter she is. But with 5 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the first half, I don't know what the issue is now because he's back at the scorer's table. It was a two-point basket. I don't know how difficult that is to understand, but he seems to be over there for quite a while. Oh, who was the foul on? It was on Maddie Miller. That's her second. That's huge for Goodhue. I'd like to see a replay again to see if she actually fouled her because I don't think she did. Anyway, Mason's going to go to the free throw line. First free throw shot in this game by Mountain Iron-Buhl. They take a lead, 22-21. Their second lead of the game. Last time, Goodhue answered with a three. Benrud passes over to Ryan. Ryan will bring it across the timeline and hand it off to Benrud. Benrud dribbles to her right, goes down the lane. Layup is no good. She missed it. Rebound tie-up, they say. Possession arrow to Goodhue. Man, she missed the money. Just took it right to the rack. Might have got hit in the chin. She's kind of holding her chin like she got popped in the chin. Megan Ryan's going to sit down, and the 6'3 sophomore Lexi Lodemeyer checks back in. No substitute for the quality diamond you find at Taji Jewelry, downtown Kenyon. Lob pass way out front to Maddie Miller. She's at the M logo. Right side to Mackenzie Ryan. Lexi Lodemeyer trying to get open, getting pushed around. They pass it out front. Pass it over to Miller. Can't make the catch. Another turnover by Goodhue. And Mountain Iron-Buhl can extend that lead. They've really spread the floor almost to travel. They get it on the right side. She was going to lock up a three, does not. Now backs up. Now looks to dribble, penetrate, bounces it in the corner. Looking to dribble it in the lane, loses the ball. Goodhue gets the turnover. The young lady that's only played 12 games. And Ryan's going to throw the shot up and score, and she gets fouled. What a great move by Mackenzie Ryan. Wow, she must be a great pool player. The angle she put that ball up off glass was incredible. Mackenzie Ryan felt the contact, just threw it up there, and it went in. It's a fist bump from her coach, Mackenzie Ryan. 5'5" senior, 29 of 51 on the season from the free throw line. Swish. Goodhue's 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. They regain the lead 24-22. Good sign. Both times they've relinquished the lead, they have regained it almost immediately. 4:18 to go here in the first half. It's 24-22. Well, we expected a really good game, to be honest. Bounce pass goes in the corner for 3. It's no good, an air ball. Comes into Mackenzie Ryan's hands. She's got one person to beat. Was going to go left, goes right, makes the layup again. That angle shot off glass and gets fouled again. Buffalo just picked up her third foul. I think that's who they called it on. What a terrific job by Mackenzie Ryan. Again, the degree of difficulty on that shot when you're moving, too, as she hits it. The free throw, and it's a 27-22 lead. They get turnover and points off the turnover. Mountain Iron-Buhl right to left on your radio dial. Down the lane, shots up, and that's clearly a foul on Haley Lexvold. They let him get too deep down the lane before they tried to stop the dribbler. And Coach Weemy, I'm sure, is going to talk about that at halftime. That's happened a couple of times here. 25. It's 27-22. Our live stats are not keeping up very well. They have 25-24 on the live stats, so-called live. Missing the free throw is Sabala. She's disgusted with herself. Now she'll go back to the line and miss them both. Rebound, Mountain Iron-Buhl. We're going to have another foul. It's going to be on Benrud, Emily Benrud, her second. So back at the free throw line is Mountain Iron-Buhl. They've had a lot of games with a lot of free throws up here. I'd kind of like to see him play a little bit. And the free throw is no good. They miss another one. So they're 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Pass goes in the corner to Haley Lexvold. Dribbles to her right. Gets it to Mackenzie Ryan. Mackenzie Ryan, pass on the right side to Benrud. Boy, Lodemeyer's really going at it with a post player. I mean, they are really going at it. Pass goes inside to Benrud, down the lane, off glass. Too strong again. Rebound taken down by Mountain Iron-Buhl. 27-22 Wildcats. Lead it. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Our Grover Auto halftime report. Pass goes to the free throw line. Turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound is Sydney Lodemeyer. Lodemeyer across the Williams Arena logo. Goes flying across the M logo. Gets tripped as she's going to the basket. She took quite a dump in the middle of the floor there. She looks to be okay. Kind of slow getting up. Kind of holding her noggin. And they call us. They're going to have any players left at the end of this game with all these fouls. We had 16 of them here in the first half. 8 on each team. Isn't that ironic? Mackenzie Ryan's going to sit down. As Sydney Lodemeyer goes to the free throw line, she's 2 for 2, has 4 points. On the day, Lodemeyer, the 6-foot junior, missed the free throw. That doesn't happen all that often. She's a very good free throw shooter. And it's a 5-point Goodhue lead with 2:54 to go in the first half. Mountain Iron-Buhl right to left on your radio dial. Of course, Goodhue will be coming my way. I'm on this end of the floor in the next half. Almost a turnover. They bounce it in the corner. She's going to dribble to her left, pop a tray, and miss it. Rebound's taken out. She didn't follow her shot either. Megan Ryan's going to come up the floor. Taking that shot was Chelsea Mason, the senior. Between the two circles, it's Sydney Lodemeyer. Dribbles to her right, gets on the right side to Benrud. Benrud bounces it to Megan Ryan. Now to Lexi Lodemeyer in the corner. Sydney Lodemeyer for 3. It's in and out. No good. That looked like it was going to go down. It's 27-22. Buffett brings it across the timeline, swings it to Mason. They get at the free throw line. Is Burke. Gets it back out front now to Mason. Mason. Now they swing it all the way to the right side to Buffett. She'll dribble to her left. Get it back to Mason. Get it at the free throw line. And Haley Lexvold was going to come back and try to help out. She bumped her. Just flat out ran into her. Second foul on her. So Mackenzie Ryan's going to check in. Haley Lexvold's going to sit down, and Coach Weemy's going to have to coach his tail off in this game because he's got all of his starters except Mackenzie Ryan sitting with some fouls. As the free throws, no good. Man, they missed another one. They have missed their last 4 free throws. It's 27-22. Benrud has it on the right wing. They've cleared the side for her. They get it out front as they swing it to Lexi Lodemeyer. She's behind the three-point line out of Sydney Lodemeyer. Sydney will pass it in the corner to Megan Ryan. She's going to shoot the three. It almost rimmed in. Rebound taken down by Mountain Iron-Buhl. As Mason has it out front, it's a 5-point Goodhue lead. They led by as many as 8 early. Here's a shot from the free throw line. It is no good. That's going to be open against that Goodhue zone. She missed it. And they don't shoot free throws well, evidently, because they missed a lot of those. Mackenzie Ryan has it on the right wing. Gets it back to Sydney Lodemeyer. Lexi Lodemeyer wanted the ball. They didn't get it to her. Now they do. She might have been fouled. There's a three from the corner. An air ball by Mackenzie Ryan. Rebounds taken out by Mountain Iron-Buhl. Some empty possessions on both ends of the floor here. We've been at 27-22, I think, for a few minutes. As out front is Buffett. Passes on the right side to Mason. Looks to her coach. Back to Buffett. At the M logo, she'll pass it back to Mason. Dribbles to her right, guarded by Benrud. They throw it over the top. Ball's almost stolen by Lodemeyer. Looking to dribble, penetrate. Man, she gets away with that push-off arm. They get it back out front. Bounces in the right corner. They get it on the block. Turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound taken out by Lodemeyer. What a rebound. 30 seconds to go in the half, and Coach Weemy says, slow down. We're going for the last shot. We get ourselves a tray here. We got an 8-point lead. Match our biggest. Lodemeyer dribbles to her left. Passes it on the right wing. Gets it to Megan Ryan. 14 seconds to go. They get it underneath Lodemeyer. Layup good. She's got 6. 7 seconds to go in the half. They didn't go for the last shot, did they? Mason turn around. Pass in the corner. Looking to dribble, penetrate. Shots up. It's no good, and that's the half. Goodhue 29. Mountain Iron-Buhl 22. A little different story from December 3rd, eh? Goodhue's got the lead. 29-22. Our Grover Auto halftime report. We got all the stats coming your way. We'll get the official ones, too, right after this 90-second timeout. Yes, those good folks at the Goodhue American Dairy Association, the Goodhue County ADA, bring you our player or players of the game, courtesy of the Goodhue County ADA, reminding you to have your 3-a-day of dairy for a healthy lifestyle. It's time now for the Grover Auto and Zumbrota halftime report. Brad Grover, the whole gang, invite everyone listening to this to swing by Zumbrota soon and see their terrific inventory. There are vehicles to fit all price ranges at Grover Auto in Zumbrota. It's halftime. The Goodhue Wildcats have a 29-22 lead. Yeah. Against a team that, well, I didn't find out what the halftime score was the last time they played them, but I would venture to guess they were down by a pretty good margin. They lost to, 78-34, and they lead it now 29-22 here in the first half. What a difference a couple of months makes, eh? Let's go over the scoring first of all for Mountain Iron-Buhl. Let's go over the team statistics first. Mountain Iron-Buhl shooting 33% for the field. Goodhue is at 48%, and they've even missed a few bunnies, Could be well over 50. From three-point range, Mountain Iron-Buhl, that's what's keeping them in the game. They have 5 of their 8 field goals are from three-point range. They definitely can shoot the rock. 5 of their 8 three-pointers, 5 of their 8 shots are three-pointers. For Goodhue, they have 3 three-pointers in 10 attempts, and I think that's a few too many attempts in my mind. They had 15 total attempts yesterday. And remember, this is the third straight day they played a game. You need your legs when you're shooting threes, and they pressure a lot of the game. So, you know, that three-point shot on this third day I don't think is there as much. Shows you what I know, though, with Mountain Iron-Buhl nailing 5 of them. But anyway, it's just my theory. Goodhue's 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Mountain Iron-Buhl's been horrid from the line. They're 1 of 5. That's 20%. Turnovers, 8 for Goodhue, 5 for Mountain Iron-Buhl. I'll have the points off those in a moment. Our last field goal for Mountain Iron-Buhl, they did not score a field goal in the final 5 minutes and 17 seconds. And, of course, they didn't make any free throws either. So Goodhue went on quite a run there. Goodhue's biggest lead was 10 with 9:51 to go in the first half. 10 points was their biggest lead. They lead by 7 here at halftime, 29-22. Mountain Iron-Buhl had the lead twice in the first half. Both times their lead was 1, and both times Goodhue responded nearly immediately. I think the second time they went a possession without scoring, turned the ball over, but didn't allow a score and then scored. But they scored relatively quickly after losing the lead. And again, Mountain Iron-Buhl only had 2 leads in the first half, and each of those times it was a 1-point lead. Goodhue came right out of the gate, had a 10-point lead. Mountain Iron-Buhl started to get a few turnovers from Goodhue, which is not typical. Scored off those turnovers. That got them back in, and that's what got them that lead. They seemed to have some momentum, and then they had one of those media timeouts. Like I said, I don't know how you can maintain momentum with those. It just really kind of bothers the flow of the game in my mind. Goodhue leads it here at halftime, 29-22. We'll look at Mountain Iron-Buhl statistics right after this 90-second timeout. Well, we're putting it up on the Facebook. At the half, Goodhue 29, 22 lead. Short, sweet, to the point. Goodhue 29-22 lead. Bam, post, boom, on Facebook. So that's our score here at halftime. The official stats were just handed to me. I've been told the live stats are not official. Only when I get the paper is it official. So it's official. I told you they shot 33% Mountain Iron-Buhl. That's what it says here. 48% for Goodhue. That's what it says here. By the way, our officials today are Brad Rexted, Rafael Iglesias, and Alan Kruger. Those are our officials today. We had 2 score ties. We had 4 lead changes, it says here. And I only remember 2 leads for... I don't remember 2 leads for Mountain Iron-Buhl. So unless, I guess the first basket is a lead change. When it's 0-0 and it goes 2-0, that's a lead change, right? That's how they figure that, I guess. Anyway, Mountain Iron-Buhl scoring. Mary Burke in 16 minutes has no points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Again, they don't have, well, they do have the averages here. She averages 18 points a game. Mary Burke has nothing at the half. 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 2 from three-point range. Macy Savala, I think that's how they said it. 5 points, no rebounds, 1 assist in 15 minutes. Macy on the season averages about 7 points and 3 rebounds per game. Maya Buffetta, their outstanding point guard, has 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 18 minutes. Yeah, she doesn't come off the floor. Maya Buffetta comes into the game averaging 12 points and 3 rebounds per contest. She's right at about her average. Allie Negan in the first half had 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 15 minutes. Allie on the season, if I can get my eyes to find it here, averages 5 rebounds and 10 points per game. Chelsea Mason, who came into this game, or into the tournament, I should say, averaging 22 points, 4 rebounds, and about 5 assists. Mason has 1 assist and also played every ticky-tock of the clock, had 9 points and 4 rebounds. Remember, Goodhue's been able to wear down their opponents the first 2 games. They do not play anybody every ticky-tock of the clock. Everybody gets a rest on the Goodhue team, and it seems to have paid some dividends the first 2 rounds. We'll see if it pays dividends today. By the way, Mountain Iron-Buhl is on the floor warming up. Goodhue's still getting instructions. Again, Goodhue will be coming on my end of the floor in the second half. So that's the statistics for Mountain Iron-Buhl. We'll have the statistics for Goodhue right after this 90-second timeout. First half scoring for Goodhue looks like this as we grab the official score sheet. They are led by Maddie Miller's 10 points in 12 minutes. That's very good production. Had 2 rebounds. 6 points for Mackenzie Ryan. She was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Had those degree of difficulty banks that were those baskets when Goodhue really needed them too. Those were big hoops by Mackenzie in 13 minutes of action. Emily Benroot played 15 minutes, had 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Sydney Lodemeyer played 15 minutes, 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Lexi Lodemeyer played 11 minutes of the first half, had 2 rebounds. Remember, she had 7 in each of the last 2 games for the Goodhue Wildcats. Megan Ryan had 3 points on a three-pointer. She had 2 rebounds and 12 minutes of action. And that's the scoring for Goodhue. Rebounds, 18 for Goodhue, 13 for Mountain Iron-Buhl. 3-pointers, 5 of 15 is Mountain Iron-Buhl. 3 of 10 again is Goodhue. As the Wildcats lead at 29-22, they held Mountain Iron-Buhl to no field goals in the final 5 minutes and 17 seconds. And I don't think they had a free throw that time either, so they didn't score, I don't think, in the last 5 minutes, 17 seconds of the half. Points off turnovers are 9-3 in favor of Mountain Iron-Buhl. If you were to tell me that before the game, I'd probably tell you there's a little different outcome than what we're seeing right now, but it's far from over. It's only halftime. He has a 29-22 lead. Fast break points, 4-0 in favor of Goodhue. Second chance points, 2-0 in favor of Goodhue. Neither bench has scored a point in this game, and Goodhue 12-0 in the paint, it says. That's what the official stats say, 12-0 in the paint. And my stats actually have no points in the paint for Mountain Iron-Buhl either. They again have 8 field goals, and 5 of them are from three-point range. There's Josh Weemy in a catcher's crouch over in front of the Goodhue bench right across from us. That's where the Goodhue team is warming up. Mountain Iron-Buhl warming up on the hoop to our right, as we're a half away from determining who the state champion in Class A in girls basketball in Minnesota is. Will it be Goodhue repeating? That's the question. I'm going to bring up the, if I can get back to the original site here, I'm going to bring up the boys. I'm going to bring up the boys here because seedings were earlier. As we noted at the outset of our broadcast, the Goodhue Wildcats in the boys state tournament seeded number 2. Minneapolis North is seeded number 1. Goodhue will open up against Lake Park Audubon with a record of 22-6. 3 o'clock next Thursday, we'll have that game on the airwaves. Number 1 seed Minneapolis North opens up against Red Lake at 11 in the morning Thursday. This is all right here at Williams Arena. Springfield, the number 5 seed, will play the number 4 seed Nevis at 1. Then it's Lake Park Audubon against Goodhue. And the next game has Central Minnesota Christian playing Northwoods. That's the same lay of the land Goodhue had last year. They opened with Lake Park Audubon. They won. They played Central Minnesota Christian next. They won, obviously. And then they went to take on the number 1 seed Minneapolis North. It's the exact same bracket here in Class A, at least on the lower level. Maple River is not here. Springfield is out of Section 2 in Class A. So Mountain Iron-Buhl will have the ball to start the second half. We're going to get out our purple pen here. It's been lucky for Goodhue. We'll see if it continues. Yep, our purple pen. Mason has it out front. She's dribbling all over the place. Again, they let him get away with that push-off with an off arm. Bounce pass goes on the left wing. They bounce it in the corner. It never used to be allowed. There's another push, little hook. Pass comes way out front. Now they get it over to Mason. Mason in attack mode. Now we'll bring it back out, top of the key. As Goodhue in a zone, 2-3 zone here. Buffetta has it. She'll dribble to her left a couple of times as they're trying to see what Goodhue's going to do. Here's another 3 by Mason, and it's no good. Rebound taken out by Lodemeyer. Looked like she was fouled, but there is no call. Lodemeyer comes up the near sideline. Lodemeyer gets in attack mode. And she's looking for somebody to throw the ball to. Gets it out to Megan Ryan. It looks like Mountain Iron-Buhl is going to get after it defensively in man-to-man defense. Get in the grill of Goodhue. Miller down the lane. You don't want to over-dribble, and she's doing that. She's got the ball stolen. They're going to call foul, I think, on Miller. Or did they call it? They called it on Mountain Iron-Buhl. Wow. Foul's called on Savala. Savala gets called for a second foul. As Mackenzie Ryan will lob it way into the corner to Megan Ryan. Way out near the timeline. Here's a three. And it's spotted on the net by Sydney Lodemeyer. Hits her 19th three of the season, and it's a 10-point lead for Goodhue, matching their biggest of the game. Mason tosses it as a three by Buffalo. That's good. Or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Buffalo. It was Savala. Or Savala. Hits her second three. It's 32-25, so a big answer three. Goodhue's going to re-inbound the ball here. Sydney Lodemeyer, and again, they are playing man, and they're trying to get in the grill of Goodhue, which you would think they'd practice against because that's their defense. Sydney Lodemeyer dribbles to her right, dribbles to her left, gets it back out front to Megan Ryan. Megan Ryan, one dribble, gets it on the left side to Mackenzie Ryan. Mackenzie Ryan out front to Benrud, fakes right, goes left in the lane, down the lane, goes up for a shot. Good job by Benrud. Just took it right to the hoop and got a foul on Mason. And I think that's her third. We'll see. Yeah, that's her third foul. 3 fouls on Mason. That's huge. She averages 22 a game. Benrud misses the free throw. She's been very good from the line here at the state tournament. She's about 64% on the season. Takes a few low dribbles and hits the second one. Goodhue's only missed 2 free throws in this game. They are 5 of 7. It's 33-25 Goodhue. 16 minutes, 10 seconds away from a possible repeat championship. Buffalo brings it across the M logo. More importantly for them, they get some revenge after getting blown out in December. They wanted to meet this team again, and they got them. And now they're executing very well against a very good Mountain Iron-Buhl team. Mason looks to dribble, penetrate, pulls up, shoots, comes up short, goes off the hands of Lodemeyer. Chasing it down, Maddie Miller. Miller goes the other end, up off glass, and it's good. Miller pulled up wisely because she thought if she went into her might get an offensive foul, and she can't afford to get another foul. Pass Mason in the corner, 3, it's no good. Rebound, Lodemeyer jumped high in the air to get that one. Behind the back dribble by Lodemeyer. Passes it ahead to Benrud. Benrud brings it across the Big M logo, right to left on your radio dial. The corner to Mackenzie Ryan, open 3, and it's an air ball. Rebound's taken down by Mountain Iron-Buhl. As Savella gets it, brings it across the timeline, left to right on your radio dial. Benrud pokes at it. Ooh, my. She went by her and gave her a little elbow in the ribs. Free throw line, pass goes on the left wing. Pull-up jumper from 15's no good. Rebound. We're going to have a foul called, I think, on Mackenzie Ryan, trying to tap it to a teammate, and she clobbered Mountain Iron-Buhl's Allie Negan. Sydney Lodemeyer with good sportsmanship there, helped her up. 35-25, Goodhue leads. We have a media timeout, 14:57 to go. Here in the second half, Goodhue 35, Mountain Iron-Buhl 25. Yep. We'll be back in 1 minute. Yeah. Pine Island Lumber wants to be Goodhue's lumber yard. Good people at Pine Island Lumber and good people throughout all of Goodhue, which I think the whole town is here, to be honest. It's 35-25. Dribbling in the paint is Mountain Iron-Buhl. Mason 3 is bang, good. Out of the timeout, Mason gets the 3. It's her third 3. That's the 7th 3 by Mountain Iron-Buhl. Here's a turnover by Goodhue. 35-28, another 3. It's no good. Rebound over the back. Lodemeyer, no call. And now there's going to be a foul on Mountain Iron-Buhl. Lodemeyer checks to see if she still has her teeth. I think the foul is on Mary Burke. That would be her second. So again, full court pressure put on by Mountain Iron-Buhl. They tried to throw a half-court pass. It was intercepted. Goodhue's got to figure out how to break this press because they've had a few turnovers out of it. Lodemeyer has trouble. She better get it in. Gets it into Megan Ryan. Now back to Lodemeyer. Will bring the ball up. Uncontested. I'm surprised by that. Brings it across the M logo. Dribbles to her left. Passes it in the corner to Megan Ryan's going to lock up a three. It's in and out. No good. Rebound back up. And it's good by Maddie Miller. The M&M gal. She's got 14, and it's 37-28. Goodhue leads. After Mount Iron-Buhl gets a big shot, Goodhue always seems to respond. Here's another long three, and it's in and out. No good. Rebound taken down by Lodemeyer again. She's got 9 of those. She's getting close to another double-double. He's had quite the state tournament run in rebounds. Going up the glass, missing everything. Lodemeyer goes up and gets fouled. Well, they didn't help her up. Wow. The young lady who just got helped up by Sydney Lodemeyer doesn't even offer a hand. Lodemeyer will go to the free throw line. Ball's going to be on Negan. Be her second. So Sydney Lodemeyer is 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Hits the first one. There's a little jump shot from the charity stripe on her free throws. Give you some of the other brackets in the state boys basketball tournament. Class AA is not seeded because they have a section game tonight, which they must not have gotten the memo. Misses the second one. Rebound, Mount Iron-Buhl. Bring it up, Mason. They're going to trap her right across that timeline. Nope, they back off the trap. Surprised by that. Ball's knocked away by Haley Lexvold with those quick hands. Miller goes in. Layup, no good. And a foul's going to be called as Miller got knocked right against the basket standard by Mary Burke. She helps her up. But, boy, that has to hurt for the camera guys right there. She went flying into that. She looks to be okay. Mount Iron-Buhl turnover. Those quick hands of Haley Lexvold. Plus her quick feet. Miller hits the free throw. She'll have another. About a 70% free throw shooter on the season, and she's been very good here at the state tournament. Really is locked in up here. Now it's the old broadcaster. Jinx Lexvold, the quickest person to the ball. They're going to give the ball to Goodhue. She was the quickest person. The ball went up for a shot. Must have been knocked out by one of the Mount Iron-Buhl players. The old broadcaster Jinx. Say somebody's shooting free throws well and they miss. Well, we got another foul here away for the ball. As Sydney Lodemeyer got knocked to the deck. I think it's going to be on. Well, wait a minute. I have her with 2 already. They've got Negan with 2, so must not have. It's hard to hear They got horrible PA systems at both Mariucci and the Williams Arena. Bounce pass goes in the corner. Back out front, almost an over and back. Sydney Lodemeyer has to track it down at the big M logo. They have an 11-point lead. They don't need to be in a hurry. Lodemeyer dribbles to her right, bounces it to Benrud. Benrud back to Lodemeyer for 3, and it's almost banked in. Rebound taken out by Haley Lexvold, gets it back to Lodemeyer. Right in front of her coach. Dribbles to her left, bounces it to Lexi Lodemeyer. It's another turnover by Goodhue. It's not a good pass at all. Trying to bounce it below the knees to a 6'3 player. Back out front with it is Buffalo. Buffalo. Turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound taken out by Benrud. That shot was taken by Negan. Sydney Lodemeyer in the open court. Sidesteps the defender. Misses the shot and an offensive foul on Lodemeyer. There's plenty of time left in this one, and she just picked up her 3rd. It probably would have been wise to pull the ball out there. There's 12:51 to go. You have an 11-point lead. You know, the clock is your best friend right now. Use it. So Mount Iron-Buhl will inbound the ball. Full court pressure put on here by Goodhue. And I love the way they pick their spots. As bringing it up is Mason. Mason now hand it off to Buffalo. Gets it back in the corner. Mason's been rather quiet here in the second half. Pass it back up on. Of course, she's got 4 fouls. And still hasn't come out of the game. Pass goes in the corner. Couple of dribbles. They get it back out front. Mason for 3. It's an air ball. Rebound taken out by Benrud. Benrud gets it over to Lodemeyer. My live stats have not been working here for some reason. in the second half, where I tell you how many shots they've taken from three. Yeah, they're not working. So in the corner, Benrud gives it on the right side to Megan Ryan. One dribble, bounces over to Haley Lexvold. Lexvold takes a couple of dribbles. Yeah, you can milk some clock here and make those Goodhue County ADA folks proud. They're going to choose our Wildcats of the game. Lexi Lodemeyer tried to dribble the basket, gets it stolen away. Another turnover by Goodhue. Mason down the lane. Missed the shot in the middle of the lane. Called a foul. At about the free throw line, I thought. So that's just the fourth foul, I think, on Goodhue, and I didn't think she'd be shooting free throws. I mean, this isn't the NBA. So she's at the free throw line now. Mason hits it. Remember, the first half they were 1 for 5. This is their first free throw this half. Mason has another. She has 13 points. Looking for number 14 and a chance to make this a single-digit game with 11:45 to go. Plenty of time. The free throw is good. Mason hits them both. Again, they got that off a turnover by Goodhue. Full court pressure put in. They trap Mackenzie Ryan. Tries to go between two defenders, and a foul is called on Mountain Iron-Buhl, and the coach just jumps up and down and says, really? As Buffalo. That's her third, according to the... No, that was her fourth. So in the bonus is Goodhue, and if they hit their free throws, things will be looking a lot better. They have a 9-point lead with 11:41 to go. Mackenzie Ryan will go to the free throw line. Ryan on the season is 29 of 51 on the season. As substitutes coming in here for the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers. Back in the game is Mary Burke. There's no substitute for the quality you find at Taji Jewelry. Lexi Lodemeyer is in too, the 6'3 sophomore, by the way. Mackenzie hits the first free throw. She'll have another. Annie Miller shakes her hand as Mackenzie Ryan's next free throw is good. She's got 8 points, and it's 41-30 Goodhue. Again, this is a team that beat them by over 30 back in December. Mountain Iron-Buhl, ranked number 1. Here's a steal. Mountain Iron-Buhl is going to come back the other way. They have just 2 turnovers this half. Pass goes in the corner. Remember what Coach Weemy said? He didn't think they'd be able to get a lot of turnovers out of this team. They're strong with the ball. He was right, but they're still ahead double digits. Pass goes inside. Miller off glass, scores! She might have got away with a little hook going to the basket, too. She's got 17 points. Down the lane, Mason goes in. It's blocked by Lexi Lodemeyer, and they call a foul. It looked like it was all ball. And she certainly didn't get it with a body. She jumped aside to give her the open lane. Boy, I don't know about that one. Lexi Lodemeyer gets called for the foul. I'm about 8 miles away, so she might have been able to hit some arm. From here, it didn't look like it. Mason hits the free throw. She'll have another. Chelsea is 3 for 3 this half. She's 4 for 4 in the game. If the game gets close, you know who not to foul late. Emily Benrud checks back in, and Sydney Lodemeyer is going to get a breather here. Second free throw is also good by Mason. She's got 16. And we got another whistle, and a travel is called on Benrud, bringing the ball up the floor. Coach Weemy didn't agree with the call at all, and we're going to have a timeout. Goodhue 43, Mountain Iron-Buhl 32. 10 minutes, 58 seconds, plenty of time. Back in 30 seconds. Got the live stats to work, so I can tell you about the three-point attempts by Mountain Iron-Buhl. They have shot 34 shots. 22 of them have been from three-point range. They're shooting 32%. An 11-point lead for Goodhue with 10:58 to go. Their biggest lead, 13. Mountain Iron Buhl has had 2 1-point leads. Last time they led by 1, 6:21 to go in the first half. Goodhue shooting 48% from the field. Mountain Iron Buhl 29%. Goodhue is 4 of 14 from three-point range. They shot 15 threes yesterday here in this building. And that, in my mind, is about right. And attempts, about 15, at least for the Goodhue team. So, Mountain Iron Buhl will see some pressure as Maddie Miller is going to pressure the inbounds passer, Allie Negan, the 5'10 sophomore. 5'8 senior is Maddie Miller, who's got those long arms and is really a lot quicker than she looks. Bringing it up, Mason. Pass on the right side. Here's a three, and it's good! Out of the timeout, they got themselves an open look. Savala picks up her third three. Here's a steal. We got traveling. The coach didn't agree. She fell down with the ball. And he could have called a hold there, I guess. I don't know. All I know is we got hot potato basketball. Goodhue's got to be stronger with the ball here against the pressure. Benrud is in trouble. Gets it to Mackenzie Ryan. They got to get it up the floor. They can't do it. Lexi Lodemeyer. Maddie Miller was so open and they didn't see her. Benrud gets fouled by Mason, and that's her fourth. Mason, who averages 22 points a game, just picked up her fourth foul. We already told you Mountain Iron Buhl does not go super deep. They played 8 players, but a couple of these girls, including Mason, have played every ticky-tock of the clock. As Benrud heads to the free throw line, and Goodhue has to make their free throws. They've missed 3 this half. They're 3 of 6, or excuse me, they're 5 of 8 here in the second half. And she makes it. Emily Benrud. That's her 6th point. She had a double-double yesterday. So you know that they were concentrating on boxing her out today. She has 4 rebounds. By the way, a double-double for Sydney Lodemeyer. We get a tie-up on the missed second free throw. Possession arrow goes to Goodhue with 10:25 to go and up now by 9. Let's see what Goodhue does here. Kenzie Ryan will inbound it underneath Goodhue's basket. Looks, lobs it way toward in front of her coach. Maddie Miller goes to get the ball. Dribbles to her left. She's got size on the defender who almost stole the ball away from her. Buffalo. And Goodhue's had more turnovers than Mountain Iron Buhl in this game. As inbounding the ball is going to be Ryan again. Passes it into Haley Lexfold. Back to Ryan. Inside to Lexi Lodemeyer. Boy, they slap at that ball as they go running by. Out front, it's Patty Miller. Patty Miller looks, and they call a foul inside on Mountain Iron Buhl. Away from the ball again. The foul is going to be on Mary Burke, I think. And that's her 4th. So that's the foul that I gave to Mason earlier. Mackenzie Ryan's free throw is good. She'll have another. She's perfect in this game. Hope I don't jinx her. 5 for 5. Goodhue's 10 of 15. Mountain Iron Buhl 5 of 9 from the free throw line. And the second one's good. 46-35, back to a double-digit lead. 10 minutes to go in the game. Plenty of time. Buffalo brings it across the M logo left to right in your radio dial. They want to trap her. No, they don't. Free throw line. Pass goes on the right side to Mason. She'll pass on the left side to Buffalo. Gets it in the corner. Another 3. It's no good. An air ball. Rebound put back up off glass, and it's good by Burke. That's her first field goal in this game. A putback off glass, and it's back to a single-digit game. As again, Goodhue having trouble with the pressure and a travel by Benrud, and she did. They're really having trouble with the press. It's 46-37. Well, all good teams make runs, and obviously they're the number 1 rated team. They got to be good. It's 46-37. Goodhue leads. Pass to Mason. Mason dribbles to the top. Wants to go down the lane. She's trapped. Passes on the left side. Bounce pass underneath. Layups up. It's no good, and a foul's going to be called on Mackenzie Ryan. Young lady who's only playing in her 12th game, and I don't know, she could have had injuries too. Patty Overby is at the free throw line. She has not scored in this game. Free throw's good. It says Patty in the. It says Patty on the program sheet, the media guide that we get. It says Madison on the official stats. So I don't know what her name is. It says Madison in the program, but it says Patty on the stats that the coach sent in. She makes both free throws. It's a 7-point Goodhue lead. Almost another turnover. The ball was deflected. Megan Ryan catches it, dribbles all the way to the right side. Gets it out front to Benrud. You have to be strong with the ball here. Goodhue. Benrud is, oh my, she traveled, but she got fouled. And that forced her into the travel. Again, they're, in my mind, over-dribbling a little bit here. Well, I don't know why they got the new London stats on this. Keeps intercepting my Goodhue ones. Benrud's free throw's good. And again, they have to be good at the free throw line if they want to seal the deal here. Benrud's next free throw. Also good. Nothing but net. She's got 7 points. Emily Benrud, 4 rebounds. Again, Sydney Lodemeyer with a double-double. Shots up, no good. Rebound taken out by Mackenzie Ryan. She got tied up. Possession arrow goes to Mountain Iron-Buhl. So it'll be another turnover for Goodhue, a loss of possession. They've got 13 turnovers in this game. Well, the official stats say they have 15, so I must have missed a check or two. Mackenzie Ryan's going to sit down here. Haley Lexvold, Ms. Quickness is back in. Pass comes in. Free throw line shot no good. Rebound Benrud, her 5th. That was a good rebound. Both hands went straight up. Over to Maddie Miller across the timeline. Maddie Miller wants to get an attack mode. It looked like a foul not called. Lexvold dribbles to her right. Bounces on the right side. Benrud fakes right, goes left. They're trying to steal the ball. Here's a 3 by Megan Ryan. It's good! What a big shot by Megan Ryan! Big shot by Megan, her second tray, and it's 51-39, her 43rd 3 of the season. She is as cool as the other side of the pillow. Faking the 3, going all the way under the basket, passing it to Mason on the left wing. Now they lob it top of the key to Buffalo. She'll come inside 3-point range, miss it. Rebound Lexi Lodemeyer. And Lodemeyer, was she fouled or is there a Goodhue foul? Because one of the Mountain Iron-Buhl players ended up middle of the lane on her derriere. They say it's Goodhue's ball. No fouls are being called here. I guess it was a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Goodhue. Goodhue's going to bring in a substitute. There's no substitute for the quality you find at Taji Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Taji Jewelry diamond. Lexi Lodemeyer sits down. Pass goes ahead. Going in for the shot and making it is Haley Lexvold. She scores a hoop. The senior, the bench loves it because she doesn't score a lot, doesn't shoot a lot. Her role is to get steals, and she's very good at it. As Mason has it. Pass in the corner. It's 53-39 Goodhue. 7:58 to go. Down the lane. Shots off glass. Missed it. Rebound Lodemeyer. Man, oh man. Allie Negan, you couldn't ask for a more wide open layup. Pass goes to Ryan. Another 3, and it's good! Megan Ryan. Her 3rd tray. The Goodhue bench is going crazy. The Goodhue fans are going bonkers. Goodhue 56, Mountain Iron-Buhl 39, 7:41 to go. Timeout, back in 30 seconds. Gordy Kosfeld here at the KDHL Sports Microphone. Clarice Engineering back at the studios. Ron got us into the game. I'm going to stand up and point my camera straight down and take a picture of this young man's shirt that says, "Finish the mission." And now somebody puts a sign in front of a shirt so I can't take a picture. I wanted to get a picture of that shirt. That's a cool shirt. There it is. Now I got it. Aha. By the way, these games are all going to be online on our YouTube channel. Go to KDHLradio.com, and there's a YouTube link there. You just click on that, and it'll take you right to the YouTube channel. And all these games of the state tournament are on there, or will be on there. So you can enjoy those in the future. 56-39 Goodhue, 7.5 minutes away from a repeat state championship. Mason dribbles through the lane. Mason stops, pops, 5-footer, no good. Rebound tipped around. Sydney Lodemeyer just got her 14th rebound. She has 10 points. Brings it across the timeline. Lodemeyer going to back up with the ball. They've got the lead. They've got 7 minutes to work with. Megan Ryan, who's hit a couple of big-time threes in this game. Gets it out front to Lexvold. Back to Ryan. She's going to bounce by the three. Thought about shooting it. Gets it to Lodemeyer. Now back to Ryan. Megan will dribble to her left. They come out to guard her, and it goes out of bounds right in front of Coach Weemy. So it'll be a turnover by Goodhue, which they don't need at this point. That gives Mountain Iron-Buhl hope. 56-39. The way they shoot threes, they're not out of this, folks. Pass goes top of the key. Shot from the free throw line. Haley Lexvold was altering her shot. She didn't even get it off. Now they're going to pass it to Mason. Mason on the left side, buffet it, gets it in the corner. A couple of right-handed dribbles. Bounce in the corner for Mountain Iron-Buhl. Get it back out front to Mason at the free throw line. Bounce pass underneath. She tried to save it in bounds. I don't know what happened there because she was wide open for the shot. And Goodhue's coming back the other way on the turnover. Lodemeyer's going to spin and get fouled. And she'll get helped up by Mason, or by Savella, or Savella. So Sydney Lodemeyer will go to the free throw line. 9 turnovers for Mountain Iron-Buhl. I think that's right. Nope, they just popped up 10 on the live stats. Lodemeyer's free throws, a swish. Her 11th point. She's got 14 rebounds in this game. Nobody close to that for Mountain Iron-Buhl. She is on the glass, and she hits them both. And Josh Weemy's pretty happy. She'll be back next year. This 6-foot junior bringing the ball up is Buffalo. They got to start launching them here. 6:20 to go. It's 58-39. Buffalo swings it over. They got a new substitute in the game here. Does Mountain Iron-Buhl. Pass underneath. Knocked away by Lodemeyer. It's another turnover by Mountain Iron-Buhl. Miller, she in attack mode. Has the ball stolen away. Goodhue turns it right back over. Turnover number 18. Here's a three. Short. Taken down in the corner by Benrud. She'll quickly get it to Lodemeyer. That was smart. She was trapped in that corner and just quickly bounced it to Lodemeyer. Brings it across the big M logo at center court. They can milk some clock here, make those Goodhue County ADA folks really proud. Mackenzie Ryan stepped out of bounds, no question. Another turnover by Goodhue. Coach Weemy's got to be just shaking his head here. If you were to tell me before this game that Goodhue would have about 20 turnovers, I would tell you that the game would have been won by Mountain Iron-Buhl. Now, it's not over yet, but in a 19-point lead with 5.5 minutes to go. The new player in the game for Mountain Iron-Buhl, by the way, is Madison Oberby, the 5'6" sophomore. Now I see my mistake. There's 2 of them in the game. Shots up from 3. It's good. 3-pointer was made by Mary Burke, her first 3 in this game. 58-42. Here's another steal. Burke passes it in the corners, inside 3-point range. It's good. Made by Savella. It's 58-44. A 19-point lead is now 14 thanks to turnovers after turnovers after turnovers. Pass ahead to Ryan. Oh, my, she was fouled. No call. Ryan went and tried to do a reverse spin. Oh, my gosh. A reverse spin shot, and she gets fouled by Negan, who is not happy. Negan's a young lady who got knocked to the floor. Sydney Lodemeyer helped her up, and then she knocked Sydney and wouldn't have nothing to do with helping her up. 4:49 to go. Mackenzie Ryan at the free throw line. Maddie Miller getting ready to check back in. Larry Taji wants us to remind you about his new shipment of diamonds. Benrud's in the game. So Benrud leaves the game, and Miller comes in, and Ryan hits the free throw. She hit them both. She is perfect today, 8 for 8. Another senior. 6 seniors on this Goodhue team playing their last game. Mountain Iron-Buhl has a young team, but they also have a number of seniors. They have 5, I believe. Free throw line, trapped right there. Steps right between them, bounce it in the corner. He's a 15-footer. It's good by Negan. That's just her 3rd field goal. She's got 6 points, 60-47, a 13-point lead. Lodemeyer passes it to Megan Ryan. Ryan back to Lodemeyer. Goodhue's got to be strong with the ball here. 4 minutes, 17 seconds to go. That bad pass. Ball gets knocked away. It's tracked down by Mackenzie Ryan. Behind her back, saves it to Lexvold. Megan Ryan, layup, missed it. Rebound taken down, and a foul is going to be called on the rebound. The worst possible thing that can happen to Goodhue is to put them on the free throw line. They won't be doing that because they're not in the bonus yet, but Coach Weemy was telling his team to calm down. Bring the ball out. You've got the 13-point lead. Let's use the clock. So, Mason will pass it to Buffalo. They can get this down to, well, if they make a 3, a 10-point game. With 3:54 to go, there's plenty of time. Ball gets knocked away. Let's see if Goodhue starts milking some clock. Oh, he's going to shoot a shot. It's an air ball by Maddie Miller. It was not a good shot at all. Coach Weemy telling his team to calm down. 60-47. We've got a media timeout. It might come at a very good time for Goodhue. They've led this nearly entire game. Only 2 1-point leads for Mountain Iron-Buhl. You don't want to see this double-digit lead go by and lose this one. 3 minutes, 43 seconds to go. It is 60-47. Goodhue back in 30 seconds. 3 minutes, 43 seconds to go. It's 60-47. Goodhue. And lead doesn't feel all that comfortable, to be honest. Hope Coach Weemy can calm down his young ladies. Mountain Iron-Buhl's only loss was to Roseau, the number 1 rated 2A team in the state. They'll be playing next the Rams for the 2A championship. They'll be going up against Sauk Center. That's a 1 versus 2. Class 3A is 1 versus 4. Orono, number 1. Winona out of the Big 9 Conference, number 4 in the state. And we have a 1 versus 2 battle of unbeatens to finish the girls' basketball season. I'm going to be here for that. Hopkins and Elk River. Wow. I'm going to stick around. We'll let you know on Facebook and Twitter how those games are coming out. Probably put some photos up there too. 3 minutes, 43 seconds to go. They have to be in scramble mode. 3:35 to go. Clock is on Goodhue's side right now. Mason passes it left side to Buffalo. Buffalo to her right. Bounces it to the free throw line. Pass goes to Mason for 3, and it's no good. Rebound tipped around, taken down by nobody yet. Now Lexvold gets it over to Megan Ryan. Megan Ryan over to Sydney Lodemeyer, bring it up the floor. She's being chased on the left wing. She's trapped. Passes it to Maddie Miller. Maddie Miller goes under the basket, bounces it over to Benrud, goes into the basket. Looked like she was fouled, missed it, then puts it back up and in. Benrud gets a big hoop. Coach Weemy, I think, was dying over there. He wanted to pull it out. Here's a 3, and it's short. Rebound taken down by Megan Ryan, who taps it to Maddie Miller. Lodemeyer throws it to Miller, and Miller's going to bring it up the floor. Whoa, what a nice little stutter step move. Missed the layup. Why are they doing this? Benrud misses the shot. Bring the ball out. 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go. Benrud's going to go to the free throw line. She's 3 of 5 in this game as Benrud. She's got 9 points. She's had a double-digit game, I think, every game here in the state tournament. She had a double-double yesterday. Benrud has 8 rebounds to go with her 10 points. So she's only 2 rebounds away from another double-double. Missed the second free throw, made the first. Rebound, Mountain Iron-Buhl. Do not foul if you're Goodhue. Let the clock keep ticking and let them score if you have to. You don't want to foul. 2:29 to go, 63-47. Floater up, no good. Rebound by the young lady who shot it. Ball stolen away, and a late whistle. It was a foul, though, on Haley Lexvold. That's her third. At the free throw line is going to be Negan. She's 0 for 1. Lodemeyer has 14 rebounds to go with her 12 points. So Goodhue on the glass. You're not going to believe this, folks. 42-19 on the rebounds. 11 offensive for Goodhue. That is clean and glass. Man, these are the Windex ladies. As Negan's free throw is good. She'll have another. She's only a sophomore. 5'10". And she'll have her second free throw. And it's good. You're Goodhue, you don't need steals right now. And you don't need fouls, and you can get fouls if you try and steal. So, again, Maddie Miller's all the way down the floor. Megan Ryan was about to chuck it to her, and she had the ball blocked back at her. Going to belong to Goodhue. Coach Weemy's telling Mackenzie Ryan to get away from Sydney Lodemeyer, the inbounds passer. You got to get better spacing to get it to Benrud. Now, Megan Ryan. Now, if you're Goodhue, make them follow you. Bounce pass goes inside to Benrud. She'll pass on the other side. Here's a three. No, Miller missed it. Man, oh, man. Rebound Benrud. That's her 9th. Sydney Lodemeyer dribbles to her right. They're going to have to foul here pretty soon. Minute 53 to go. Looks like Goodhue. Miller layup is no good, and she's fouled. Goodhue is going to be a repeat state champion, it appears. Maddie Miller goes to the free throw line. I can't imagine scoring 14 points in a minute 50, but what am I saying? Kenyon Wanamingo was down by 10 with 92 seconds to go against Lourdes and almost made the entire comeback. And, of course, Goodhue, Lyle Pacelli last year, everybody remembers that, 2 minutes to go, 10 points down, and they won the game in regulation. Otherwise, they would have been up here to win a state championship last year. Miller hits the free throw. She'll have another. Goodhue is a minute and 50 seconds away from a repeat. And it's good. Free throw disparity is huge. Goodhue 21-9. 65-49 is the score. Bounce pass. You don't get a lot of free throws when you shoot threes. Lodemeyer, as the ball was stolen away, trying to break out of the pack, gets it ahead. Miller's wide open. Layup is good. That'll seal the deal. The mission has been accomplished. 67-49. Goodhue is your Class A state champion. Here's a three. It's no good. Rebound, Lodemeyer challenging in the corner. Goodhue can't track it down. Megan Ryan tried to, couldn't do it. Minute 17 to go. It's 67-49. The bench for Goodhue is about to erupt. And so are the fans. Mountain Iron-Buhl just crushed this Goodhue team back in December. Here's a steal. Miller gets tackled. Hits her head on the floor. I can hear it way up here. That has to hurt. She's writhing in some pain down there. Hopefully she didn't get a concussion. I mean, she really hit her head hard. And we got a trainer here checking her out. She wanted to get up, but the trainer said, nah, get your wits about you first. 67-49, a minute 12 to go in the game. Goodhue is going to repeat as state champions in Class A. Isn't that amazing? Goodhue fans are applauding. Of course, Maddie gets up to her. Well, I'm sure that they're asking her if she knows where she's at here because she really hit her head hard. They help her up. She gets a standing ovation as she comes off the floor, and she should. Maddie Miller has 21 points, had over 20 in every game here in the state tournament. She'll be on the all-tournament team for sure. I would guess Sydney Lodemeyer and Emily Benrud would get there. Mackenzie Ryan has certainly a legitimate shot. We got to select our Goodhue County ADA players of the game, courtesy of your folks at Goodhue County ADA, reminding all of us to have a 3 a day every day of dairy for a healthy lifestyle. As she makes it, Mackenzie Ryan shooting the free throws for Maddie Miller, who's on the bench. She will not see any more action in this game. Trainer's talking to her, making sure she knows where she's at. Mackenzie's been unbelievable. 10 for 10 for the free throw line in the game. It's a 20-point lead with 1:09 to go. You lose by, what was that again? 78-34. And you're up by 20, and now they just made a layup. Mary Burke made a layup. The Goodhue Wildcats are repeating as the Class A state champions. Incredible. They're hugging Maddie as they come off the floor here. Well, I can tell you, game-wise, Emily Benrud, Sydney Lodemeyer certainly have had I don't know why this live stats thing keeps going off. 69-51. I was just going to grab the stats. Lodemeyer, 12 points, 14 rebounds. Benrud is 1 rebound away from a double-double. It would be her second straight. Mackenzie Ryan has 14 points. She's 10 for 10 for the free throw line. Maddie Miller, of course, leading the way again in points with 21. She looks to be okay over there on the bench. The welcome home is 5 o'clock today at Goodhue High School. 5 o'clock today. So get on over and celebrate with the Wildcats. A repeat. Pass comes into Haley Lexvold. Lexvold gets it back to Lodemeyer. They have a good shot to get back up here next year. They got a lot coming back. They lose a lot, too, obviously. Mackenzie Ryan, Megan Ryan, and Maddie Miller. They're spreading the floor. I don't know why you foul people with 46 seconds to go, down by 18, but they did. Just let the clock run out, let the game be over. You're kind of prolonging your own agony there. As heading to the free throw line is going to be Sydney Lodemeyer. Everybody's off the line for Goodhue. Lodemeyer, swish. 70-51. Again, when these two teams met on December the 3rd, it was 78-34. Mountain Iron-Buhl won. 78-34. They have 51 here. As tears are flowing for Mountain Iron-Buhl as Lodemeyer loads up another free throw. She'll come out of the game. Lexi Lodemeyer comes in, gets a big old hug from her coach. Mackenzie Ryan comes out, gets a big old hug from her coach. The Goodhue Wildcats are the repeat state champions, and they did it in impressive fashion. You lose to a team by 44, and you beat them by 20, 40 seconds to go. That's quite a turnaround, is it not? Opsal's going to inbound the ball right below us. Also Lexi Lodemeyer on the floor. Benrud's getting ready to check out. Megan Ryan. As Coach Weemy's going to get some more players in. Megan Ryan's coming out. Benrud's a junior, so that may be why he's getting the seniors out. Gives Megan a big old hug. 71-51. The tears are flowing for Goodhue, too, the seniors, because, well, it's their last game, but what a way to end your career, the state championship. There aren't many people that get to say that. Everyone's dream, but not everyone gets to see it. Haley Lexvold gets fouled. Again, I don't understand that, but she's going to go to the free throw line, try and pad her 2 points in the game. And she missed it. She'll have another. We're going to name the seniors, too, our Goodhue County ADA players of the game, along with Sydney Lodemeyer and Emily Benrud, 2 juniors. All the seniors on this Goodhue team. Haley Lexvold, Megan Ryan, Maddie Miller, Mackenzie Ryan, Michaela Peterson, Caitlin Buck are the seniors on this team. Coach Weemy said they provided terrific leadership all season long. And he admitted to me he might be a little emotional. Said these girls have really worked their tails off, especially since that Mountain Iron-Buhl game when they got clocked. He said it was a wake-up call for our team. We realized we weren't quite as good as we thought we were, but we could get better, and boy, did they ever. as missing the free throw is Lexfold. So she missed both. 71-51. I don't know why they didn't shoot the three, but they didn't. Bounce pass goes to the free throw line. Turnaround jumper is going to be no good. Lexi Lodemeyer gets the rebound. The sophomore will be back 6'3". It'll be a different Goodhue team next year. I would guess they might be a little more half-court oriented, but what do I know? Layup's no good by Opsahl. Rebound put back up. Buck scores, and the team goes crazy. Caitlin Buck scores in the state tournament. How awesome is that? The senior gets two. They are exploding on the floor, hugging each other in excitement. The Goodhue Wildcats are state champions for the second straight year. Coach Weemy, I think, might be getting a little teary-eyed himself, as they're going to have the awarding of the medals here. We're way up in the loft, so we're not going to get really good pictures here. I know Faye Haugen from the News Record at Zumbo Shopper will be here with her telephoto lens, popping all kinds of pics. I zoomed in my iPad, but I don't know what kind of quality is when you zoom it in from up here. Guess we'll find out. In any event, the Goodhue Wildcats have repeated as the Class A state champions, and they do it in very impressive fashion, winning by a score of 73-51. They led 29-22 at halftime, and again, it appears that they wore a team down. See if I can get back those live stats. Shooting percentage for Mountain Iron-Buhl was 30%. They shot 52 shots, 30 of them from three-point range, and only made 10. That's 30% by... As you're getting ready to... Dave Stead will be handing out awards here, I think. Oh, they're announcing the all-tournament team. Boy, we're a long ways up here, you know. I just noticed that as I'm taking pictures. They're getting the net ready for Goodhue to take down the net. So the all-tournament team is going to be announced here shortly. And we'll stick around for that and let you know who makes the all-tournament team. You know, I can't hear the public address announcer. I'll only know them when they run to get their little medal. They're naming the people who weren't in this game. And I can't hear the public address announcer to tell you who they are. But I'll be able to tell you who the Goodhue and the Mountain Iron-Buhl players are, because they'll go over there with their numbers on. I think that this young lady from Granada Huntley East Chain, Swatek from yesterday, is one of their all-tournament team members. She just got herself a medal. I remember her from yesterday. 73-51, Goodhue wins. And here's the all-tournament team. It was just handed to me. From Southwest Minnesota, Christian Edgerton, Brooklyn DeCam. Two players from Cromwell, Chelsea Swatek, and Bailey Groner. I think I said Granada Huntley East Chain. I got them mixed up, didn't I? Maranatha Christian's Sammy Payne, Mountain Iron-Buhl's Chelsea Mason, and Maya Buffalo. From Goodhue, 4 players. And we were right. Sydney Lodemeyer, Maddie Miller, Emily Benrud, and Mackenzie Ryan all make the all-tournament team, and deservedly so. They all had very good tournaments. They're announcing that team. We're going to take a picture of it right now as they announce all 4. Of course, Benrud and Lodemeyer are juniors, will be back next year. Ryan and Miller are seniors. And there's the all-tournament team. Getting a picture of it. We're going to try and get it on our iPad here so we can get it up on the Facebook page. So they're taking all kinds of pictures. 4 Wildcats on the all-tournament team. 2 from Mountain Iron-Buhl. 2 from Cromwell Wright. 1 from Maranatha Christian. And 1 from Southwest Minnesota Christian. on your all-tournament team. Goodhue Wildcats getting ready to get their state tournament hardware. See if I can get a close-up of the trophy here for you. Way up here in the hayloft. This cameraman keeps getting in my way. Come on. He keeps getting in my way. So Mountain Iron-Buhl is going to come and get their medals. The runner-up medals. Goodhue is your state champion. We'll get some of the pictures up on the website. As soon as this cameraman gets out of my way, I'll get one of the state championship trophy. The Goodhue Wildcats win it 73-51. I'll have your final statistics in this one right after this 1-minute timeout. So Goodhue wins it 73-51. Here are your final individual statistics for Goodhue. Maddie Miller, every game in the state tournament, 20-plus points, had 21 points, 4 rebounds today. Don't have the paper stats that have the minutes on them. Let's see if we can find them on here. Yeah, they got the minutes on here. Maddie Miller played 26 minutes, 21 points, and 4 rebounds in the game. 14 points for Mackenzie Ryan. She also had 3 rebounds. 14 points. They only have Goodhue with 6 assists total in the game, which I don't think can be even close to accurate. That's what they have. Emily Benrud has 3 assists. She has 9 rebounds, 11 points. She was a rebound away from her second straight double-double at the state tournament. Sydney Lodemeyer with 14 points, 14 rebounds, and 2 assists. Then she ended up with 4 fouls. Got in foul trouble for much of the game. As they're awarding the championship medals to the Goodhue Wildcats. They've had 2 years in a row of those. So they'll be going for a 3-peat next year. Michaela Peterson, big old smile on her face, 5'10 senior, who got to score in the semifinal game. Lexi Lodemeyer, the sophomore, she'll be back next year as getting her medal. Lexi Lodemeyer. The low 5 from her teammate as Ariana Tomford, a 5'4", 8th grader. And Coach Weemy said will be very good. Brought her up on the varsity here for the playoff run. Get her a taste of all this. He said she's been practicing very well against the varsity. That'll help playing against, the Maddie Millers of the world, right? 73-51 is the final score. The Goodhue Wildcats are the Class A state champions. As Josh Weemy gets his medal, and it's why you hear more of a roar. The Class A state championship trophy being held up high by Goodhue to their fans. That's the one benefit of being on this side with Goodhue. They're holding it up to their fans who are right below me here. And they're going to come over to the fan. A picture. They get set up. They've got good practice at this. All the players get all lined up. Got really good practice at taking these photos for championships. Then we got a cameraman in our way. Guess they got to be close with those things. So Goodhue, Class A state champs. We're going for a 3-peat next year. We'll stick around up here at Williams Arena. We'll let you know how the rest of the games come out. Class 2A, Class 3A, Class 4A remain to be played. We'll get those seedings up on the website. Class 2A will be seeded, I'm assuming, tomorrow because they still have a game to play tonight, which I don't understand. Up in Duluth, I believe it is. So I don't know if they moved the game because of snow last night or what. And Duluth got some snow, but I don't know if it was enough to move the games. Anyway, must have been. So Goodhue now leaving the floor. And, of course, they do that interview. They go to the interview room, and a lot of people go over to the interview room, and us radio stations, we're live on the air. We don't get a chance to go there. That's probably where we'll be heading to get you some tape for Monday morning in our sports. Certainly it's been a fun run, and our terrific sponsors make it all possible. If you enjoyed the broadcast, I sincerely hope you did. We would appreciate it if you would thank all of these people who made our broadcast possible. That's what makes it possible, is your patronage of their businesses and letting them know that you were listening, because, well, frankly, they don't know if you're listening if you don't tell them. The memories here. Big hug as Lodemeyer hugging her assistant coaches. Maddie Miller gets a big hug. Mary Beth Peterson, the 2009 member of a state tournament team here. Miller's tears are flowing. It's, all these seniors' last games. Again, our Goodhue County ADA Wildcats of the game, courtesy of the Goodhue County ADA, reminding you to have your 3 every day of dairy for a healthy lifestyle. They're going to be the seniors, in addition to Maddie Miller, Mackenzie Ryan, Sydney Lodemeyer, and Emily Benrud. The seniors, in addition to that, Haley Lexvold, Michaela Peterson, Caitlin Buck, and I'll announce the other seniors too, Megan Ryan, Maddie Miller, and Mackenzie Ryan. They are the 6 folks that are going to be named our Goodhue County ADA players of the game. Courtesy of Goodhue County ADA. Yep, they remind us all to get our 3 every day of dairy. Get your final score for the final time here from the Williams Arena on the campus of the University of Minnesota is 73-51. The Goodhue Wildcats are state champions. Our broadcast today has been a service of Lodemeyer's in Goodhue, the news record and Zumbro shopper of Zumbrota. Faye Haugen, I'm sure, has all kinds of pictures of what happened here today with her big telephoto lens. Also by IBEW Local Union 110. By the Goodhue County ADA, reminding us all to get our 3 every day of dairy. By Volf Insurance Agency Goodhue, Lundberg Funeral Home, Cannon Falls, Tom Everett Ford of Lake City, Todd G. Jewelry in downtown Kenyon. You don't want just any diamond. You want a Todd G. Jewelry diamond. By Jonas Farm Seeds Goodhue, Grover Auto Company in Zumbrota brought you our halftime report. Also by Pine Island Lumber and Roy and Isles Auto Center of Goodhue. We certainly want to thank also Tom Heffernan Ford for our keys to the game. Tom Heffernan Ford in Lake City, where the vehicles are like eggs. They are cheaper in the country. So thanks to all those folks for bringing you these games. We will have boys basketball next week. Yep, Goodhue's at the state tournament. They were seeded number 2. That's a little bit of a shock. Seeded number 2. I shouldn't say a little bit of a shock with the teams that got up here. There's some teams that were expected to get up here didn't. So Goodhue shakes out to be the number 2 seed. And Minneapolis North, the number 1 seed. That means they're obviously in opposite brackets. If Goodhue wins their first 2 games, it'll be the same 2 opponents they had a year ago. So, go figure. That's the way it goes. Lake Park Audubon will be their first opponent, 3 o'clock on Thursday. And, of course, we'll have baseline-to-baseline coverage of the boys' state tournament. Somebody was asking me here in the arena earlier today if that's kind of the epitome of the season. And I said, yeah, that's kind of rewards you for all those miles you drive during the course of the regular season. Get to enjoy some state tournament action. And that's what Roy Koenig and I will be doing next week. We'll be right here at the barn and at the Target Center to bring you those games. And I'm pretty sure we'll have Goodhue. Again, a 3 o'clock tip-off on Thursday. 3 o'clock tip-off on Thursday will be the Goodhue Wildcats. They'll play Lake Park Audubon. If they get by that, I think I said it was Southwest Christian or Central Minnesota Christian, one of those schools. And then Minneapolis North is the number 1 seed on the other side of the bracket. In their section final, Minneapolis North just absolutely dominated the Prairie Seeds Academy. It was like 123 to 40-something. It was unbelievable. Congratulations to Josh Weemy and his ladies from Goodhue, state champions for the 2nd straight season. Till next week when we bring you boys action, this is Gordy Kosfeld. Again, I will keep you updated on Facebook, on Twitter. We'll keep you updated on what the rest of the games are doing. We'll probably have some posts up on our website, too, about all these games at the girls' state high school basketball tournament, or the championship games, I should say, because I plan on staying here pretty much all day. Because I don't want to miss that final game, Battle of Unbeaten's Elk River and Hopkins. That'll be something special, won't it? Battle of Unbeaten's, the fourth game of the day here today. And, of course, I want to see the Winona Windhawks out of the Big 9 Conference in Class 3A playing for a state championship. I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. They take on the number 1 seed Orono. And then the 2A about ready to come up, the Roseau Rams, Sauk Center. Both teams are ranked number 1 and 2 in the state, with Roseau rated number 1. So until next week, in our broadcast anyway, this is Gordy Kosfeld. Have yourselves a super weekend.